Hello guys, it's Eugen813. I'm sorry if my voice is scratchy because my throat hurts a lot. But let's just go and do our playoff predictions for the MLB. Let's go to the AL wildcard game. The number 4 seed Toronto Blue Jays, my team, against the number 5 seed Baltimore Orioles. 1-game playoff. Chris Tillman versus Marcus Stroman. In this game, I believe that if the Blue Jays can score a few runs early, it can be enough for Marcus Stroman, who has a knack for big games, to pitch out of it. And I think the Blue Jays will win this game 4-3. A 1-run game again. Now, the NL wildcard versus the Cinderella injury-beaten Mets against the San Francisco Giants, an even number year. Now, sadly, as well as the Mets have played, you can't root against Madison Bumgarner in a big winner-go-home game. So I got the Giants winning this game 3-1. Then, the ALDS between the Cleveland Indians, the Boston Red Sox. Lots of people are picking the Red Sox because, Danny Salazar's injured, Carlos Carrasco's injured. Well, you know what? Josh Tomlin has had a great year, and so has Trevor Bauer. He's rounded into form, and Corey Kluber's still having himself a great year. And I think the fact that the Indians have played so well at home and they have home field advantage, that they will end up winning this series in 5 games over the Boston Red Sox. Sorry, I just don't feel that great. As I said, the Toronto Blue Jays beating the Orioles, so they face the Texas Rangers in the ALDS. Now, you guys are going to think I'm biased, and maybe I am, but I see the Blue Jays winning this series in 4 games, because I think Darvish and Hamels have struggled recently, and they have won a lot of one-run ball games with their bats. But eventually, the teams with better pitching are the teams you're just going to have to go with. And I think the Blue Jays will take this series in 4 games because they will score just enough to get their starting pitcher and their bullpen the victory. Then, in the NLDS, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers against the Washington Nationals. This one is the toughest matchup, I think. I just have that feeling that the Nationals will exercise some playoff demons, and they will knock off the Los Angeles Dodgers. As well as the Dodgers have played without Clayton Kershaw and with Clayton Kershaw, I think the demons will continue for Kershaw, and the Nationals will win this series in 5 games. Then, the other NLDS, between the Giants and the Cubs. The Cubs just seem to have no weak links. The Giants, they've struggled a lot recently. I think the Cubs win this one 4 games. Now, the ALCS, between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cleveland Indians. As much as I like the Toronto Blue Jays, I'm going to have to go with the Cleveland Indians in this one, because I think the Indians pitching is going to shut down the Blue Jays bats that have not been nearly as good as they were last year, and they will win this series because of their magic and their ability to get big hits. And They might not score a ton of runs, but they score timely runs, and that's very important in the postseason. In the NLCS, the Nationals against the Cubs. You know what? I have a funny feeling that the Nationals are going to win this series in not 6 games, 7 games. This is a total and complete hunch. I just don't feel like the Cubs are quite there yet. It's so hard to pick the Cubs in the postseason. So I picked the Nationals against the Indians in the World Series. And in the end, I think the Indians will win the World Series for the first time since 1948. I think their pitching is better than the Nationals because Steven Strasburg could end up missing the whole postseason, and if he does, that will be a big advantage. And again, as good as the Nationals are, they still do have some playoff demons. And I think the Indians' timely hitting again will come up big in the postseason, just like the Royals did in the last couple of years. And they will come through and win the World Series. So, there you go. The Indians are your World Series champions. Anyway, let's hope the Blue Jays win tomorrow and have a nice postseason.